creatives, how are you? Welcome back to the Nerd Creative channel. DeAgostini Collectibles Build the Moomin House, Box 18, Part 6. In this video, we're going to complete issue 73 of the build. Grab yourself a coffee, sit back, relax, and enjoy. As always, we've got merch for the channel. We have our Nerd Creative range and our Stay Creative range. Links in the description. Get whatever you want. With every stage of the build comes with component parts and a magazine. These are the component parts for Part 6. So we're going to be building another one of those walls that we built. I don't know where I put the one that I've got. Oh yeah, it's here. It's actually good to have it out. So we're going to build another one of these walls here, these curved walls. Like I said in the previous video, we're going to be building quite a few of these because they're going to be stacked and be the exterior that this blue cladding goes onto, as you can see. So yeah, let's have a look and see what else we will be doing. So we'll be finishing the dresser there, which we started here. So are we building 2 of these? I wonder if we're building 2 of these. He learns to say no. The Moomin who loved silence. Moomin winter. The nibbling uncovers everyone's secrets. Connect the ground floor and the first floor frames. Ah, we're connecting them together. Oh, that's really good. So we're not building 2, we're actually going to connect this one with the one we're about to build. Wow, really good. And this is, and it'll grow and grow and grow and grow. It's just showing if the parts are not in level, they must be aligned. Okay, so yeah, and then we'll have another one on there. I think it's going to be 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, they're going to be 3 tall. And then we're going to finish the dresser in this step-by-step instructions. So before I start any build, I just like to make sure what it says we're supposed to have here, that we have in here, although I can't really see because as you can see they're quite stacked. So I'm just going to assume that we've got these, we've got these, we've got these, but I can check the dresser. So we have the frame A, frame B, the mirrors there as well. We have mirror support, we have legs, and we've got a couple of pins. Yeah, that's to hold the mirror, this inside there, so you can turn it like, yeah. So we do appear to have everything that we're supposed to have at this stage of the build. We've got our components, we've got our magazine. Let's begin. So I keep this one beside me as a guide, even though I've got instructions. So first thing we've got to do is we're going to put glue in those two slots there. I'm glad we're gluing them together as we go. I wonder how many of them we will actually build, that's the question. To make the whole, to cover the whole of the house. So, just checking out. Okay. Right, so put glue in there. Put glue in there, like that. Just mix it around, make sure there's enough in both slots, like that. And then we get this. I think I'm going to turn this around the other way, like that, because it's going to be easier to do. So I'm going to, for drying, one goes in there, and the other one goes in there. Oops. Like that. Just leave them to dry. So I'm going to add the second horizontal, and remember this text is always facing up, just as a guide to how to do it. Just set these two together. There we go. And also the long tabs are at the bottom and the short tabs are at the top. And if you follow all the rules, you'll keep yourself right when building, recreating this here. It's basically that there. Yeah. Next thing we're going to attach a 2FL3 with a 2FL1. The 2FL1 goes at the bottom and the 2FL3 goes at the top, like that, just like we did here. So I need to put some glue on the 2FL1. Just thinly spread it all around, making sure that both the codes there and on that one are all facing up. Just going to make sure that that hole doesn't get blocked up. So we sit 3 on top of the 1, match all the notches, squeeze them together, and then make sure that all the matches are all the notches and things are all lined up. I'm going to put some clips on that because it's separating at the sides. Which it can do sometimes because it's natural wood. Has a mind of its own. Let's make sure. I'm going to put a clip in the middle as well because it's separating in the middle. Let's make sure that these are still lined up and flush. Like that. If you turn it like that, I don't know what happened then. My screen went blurry. Okay. So yeah, if you turn it like that, you can see it's flush. So I'm gonna leave that to dry. Because you've got 3 clips on there, it stands up straight, tipping at one side. So we're about to put these 2 together now. And remember that the long tabs are at the bottom and the short tabs are at the top, and it sits in there, and that all these codes are all pointed up. So I'm going to put some glue on the long tabs. So I'm going to actually put the glue directly onto the tabs. I've taken the clips off so that I can have it flat on my desk, like that. And now that it's dry, so we're just gonna put like a good amount of glue on these tabs because they are going to be supporting the upward struts. So I just need to line these up into their slots like that, and then I'm going to push down like that. Once I get them in, there we go, that one's in, just push it down, make sure they're flush here. And then I'm going to just lay it down there. This is the bottom, this is the top. So I'm going to leave that to dry. And it's looking more and more like this one. So while that frame dries, I'm going to glue these 2 together. So let's see, the 2FL2 attaches to this. The 2 goes on top of the 3 like that, just as we did. We're going to put glue on the 3. Like that. And I'm going to spread the glue around, thinly spread it all over the 3. And again, all the codes face upwards. No matter how you glue them together, they all face upwards. And we just thinly spread it around like that. And we put the 2 on top of the 3 like that. Let's make sure we're lining it all up. And we'll use clips again. So notice how they're completely lined with each other. So I'm just going to put a clip on the back there. And then I'm going to put a clip on this side, making sure they're all flush. There. Leave that one to dry with the frame up there, and they should be dry at the same time, then I can put them together, because this is going at the top up here like on this one, and then we'll put the two verticals. So I've allowed enough time for these two to dry. So I'm going to put some glue on here and here, so we can attach this. And these holes need to be pointing up like the code points up on each level. All the codes point up. Glue there, that, and glue there. That one's in, just need to get this one in. There, like that. Completely flush at the top, completely flush at the back. Leave that to dry. Keep that, leave that to dry. Left enough time for these to dry now, so we need to put glue on these tabs here. So these are the contact points. We just line this up. Remember, the holes are on the outside, so we've got to line them all up like that. Making sure they're all fitting in place. Okay, so that side done. We just put glue on the other tabs. Just on the bigger tabs. Then we can spread the glue onto the smaller tabs. That. And just remember it's the right orientation, which is this. Whoops, shouldn't have held on to that. That's just been glued. Turn it around like that so we can look at the tab as we are placing this like that. So it sits on there and then we've just got to make sure that it's fitting into place. Here's a little fiddly just to get them to fit there like that. There we go, there, like that. So it looks exactly like this one. I'm just going to leave that to dry before we do the next part, where we'll be putting these two together. So the holes in the side, as you can see, 2 holes there and 2 holes there. If you remember, we've got to put these metal circles in there, and they're really small. So I'm going to put some Tamiya extra thin cement on. It says use quick drying glue, but they're so small that I'll get more on my fingers than I will on the actual circles. So I'm just going to line it up and then push it through. This might need a bit of help getting that in so it sits properly. It's not going in the way I would like it to. It's just line it up. Once you get it lined up properly, it just pushes in like that. Like that. That hole needs redefining. There. I'm going to put a little spot of cement on it and then try and line it up, because it's not that easy to line up. So it goes in, if it doesn't go straight in, it gets stuck. Oh. That's why I should have waited. That's that one in. Okay. I have to be a bit more careful that I don't start separating these wood frames that are still drying. I think I left it longer last time. Let's just line it up and push it in. Like that. Let's get the last one in, and then I'll leave those frames to just dry properly. But I'll tell you, I don't even need to put glue on these because they ain't going anywhere once they go in. They wedge in quite well. But you've got to get them straight in, not at an angle. If they get angled, they get wedged and then they get stuck. There we go. It's still at an angle, but I'm going to see if I can push it in anywhere. Yeah, see if it's at an angle, it just won't go in. If you can just lift, get it to go straight in. Ooh. Let's try that again. What I really want to do is I want to get to this first one again, because this one's not in right. and if it's not in right, it's not going to line up. So I'm just going to position it. So that it goes in all together. Just see. They are fiddly like. I checked them, they're not magnetic, so I don't know what they're for. Unless they're just metal, and then I think I spoke about this before. And then the bits that this is the frame part that comes apart, so you can look inside the house. It's not gonna go in unless it's completely straight when it goes in. Let's see. It has to go in flush. Okay. See if we can just squeeze it in place. No, it's not going to work. That's it. It's in flat and flush. So when this dries, we can put these two together. So while this one's drying, got this rod here, and we've got to cut 3 sections of it off, and it's got to be 8mm each. So I'm just going to measure 8mm. I'm going to use the spruce cutters just to cut them. So that would be 6, 7, 8 there. Gotta make sure it's straight. Let's turn it upside down. Right. 5, 6, 7, 8. Whoa. There's one. Just want to trim it off. Just make sure it's. Says 1. I can't find it now. Yeah, so I lost the rest of that rod, even though I found it where it fell down and I put it back up here and it just vanished. Just one of them things. So I've used a cocktail stick as a substitute, and I test fitted it. They still work. So I need to put glue on them and put them into the ground floor exterior wall. I'll show you how you can tell between the difference between the two. So this is the ground floor, and this one is the next floor. And if you notice that this is smaller than this, that's how you can tell. So I'm just going to get some glue off the cocktail stick onto the rod, the little piece of rod I've cut, and then lost the rest of it. Yeah, I don't lose stuff all the time, do I? No, of course I don't. So just push it in there. Like that there. So I'm going to, and then I've got to use the cocktail sticks now. I've used them before for other things when I've lost the rod. So what's going to happen is, as soon as I get these in here and attach it together, I'm going to find the rod. I'm just going to find it. Well, that's not going to stay like that. So last piece, which is here. Put some glue on it. Yeah, sometimes you got to improvise when. There we go. That's the three. Well, one piece of rod and 2 pieces of cocktail stick. So I just need them to dry. So I'm going to lean it up against. Might not be able to now. Right, lean it up there. And once it's dry, we will put these two together. Because if you notice, the underside of the first floor exterior wall, we've got holes, and they just match up. So you just glue and push them together. So the final thing is to join these 2 wall panels together. This one goes on top of this one. So I'm going to glue along the top. I've not test fitted them to see if they line up. I'm just going to hope they do. I know, right? There we go. This is the fun part, or not, if they don't fit. Get that in there. That one in there. And that one in there. Oh yeah, that's it. Perfect fit. Can't put clips on there because it's too wide. But yeah, that's the exterior walls coming together. We've got another one to put on top. But yeah. That's what we're looking for there. And that completes the first part of issue 73 of the build. I'd like to thank you for your company. I'll see you in the next video. Stay creative.